Imagine waking up, checking your phone, and seeing a payment notification for a file you made once weeks ago while sitting on your couch. No client calls, no freelance stress, no alarm clock pressure, just a clean, quiet deposit sitting in your account. Now, here's the part nobody talks about. That file was built in about 40 minutes, and the person who built it did not design anything from scratch. They just knew how to ask the right AI, the right questions. That is exactly what we are breaking down today, because here's what is quietly happening right now, under the radar, away from the noise. A growing number of regular people, not designers, not developers, not tech experts, are building simple Notion templates and selling them online. Some are making a few $100s a month, some are making a few thousand. In a small group, the ones who figured out the system early are pulling in $10, $15, even $20,000 a month from digital files. That took them an afternoon to create. And before you think this sounds too good to be true, stay with me, because I am not here to sell you a dream. I am here to show you exactly how this works, step by step, and why Claude AI changes the entire equation for people who are starting from zero. But first, let me tell you why most people who try this fail before they even get started. They sit down, they open Notion, and they stare at a blank screen. They do not know what template to build. They do not know who would buy it. They do not know how to make it look good. So they spend 3 days overthinking it, get frustrated, and quietly give up. That used to be the barrier, the creative block, the design overwhelm, the where do I even start paralysis. Claude AI removed all of that. And here's where it gets really interesting. Claude is not just a chatbot that answers questions. When you use it the right way, it becomes something closer to a business partner, one that never sleeps, never charges hourly, and never runs out of ideas. You give it a direction, it builds the structure. You give it a niche, it maps out the entire template logic. You give it a customer problem, and it turns that problem into a product. That is a shift we are talking about today. Not using AI to help a little, using AI to handle the heavy lifting while you stay in the driver's seat. So here is exactly what we are covering. 3 things. First, how to find a Notion template idea that people are actually willing to pay for. Second, how to use Claude to build that template from scratch, even if you have never opened Notion before in your life. And third, where and how to sell it so it becomes passive income. Money coming in without you doing anything new. Stick around for the third part especially, because that is where most people leave real money on the table. Here is the mistake almost everyone makes. They think about what they want to build, what looks cool. They make a daily planner or a habit tracker because they have seen those before. And then they wonder why nobody buys it. The market does not pay for what looks nice. The market pays for what solves a specific, painful, annoying problem that someone desperately wants gone. So before you open Claude, before you touch Notion, you need to do one thing. You need to find the frustration. Go to Reddit, go to the communities where your target audience lives. If you want to sell to freelancers, go to freelancing subreddits, small business owners, go there, content creators, students, project managers, find where they talk, and look for posts where people say things like, I cannot keep track of, or I am overwhelmed by, or I wish there was a simpler way to manage. Those posts are gold. Every single one is a product idea waiting to be built. Write down 3 to 5 of those problems. That is your product research. Done. And it costs you nothing but 30 minutes of reading. Now, this next part, this is where Claude comes in and changes everything. Open Claude, and do not just say, build me a Notion template. That will give you something generic, something forgettable, something nobody will pay for. Instead, you are going to describe the problem like a story. Tell Claude who the person is. Tell it what they struggle with every day. Tell it what a perfect solution would feel like to that person. Then ask Claude to design the full structure of a Notion template that solves that exact problem. Here's what happens when you do this correctly. Claude does not just give you a list of columns and tags. It thinks through the user journey. It maps out what the person needs to see first, what they need to track, what would make their day easier, and how the template should flow from one section to the next. It gives you a complete blueprint. Database structures, Page layouts, linked views, properties, formulas, all written out in plain language that you can build directly inside Notion. You are not designing, you are following instructions. That is the lazy part, and it works. Now here's the thing most people skip, and it is arguably the most important step. Once Claude gives you that structure, you ask it one more question. You ask it, what would make this template feel premium compared to the free ones available online? And Claude will tell you exactly what to add. The small touches, the smart automations, the thoughtful design choices that push a template from a $5 product to a $40 or $60 one. That gap in price, that is not about effort. That is about knowing what to ask. This is where most people get it wrong, and it is the reason some sellers make $5 and others make $5,000. Gumroad and Etsy. Those are the two platforms you want to focus on. Both allow you to sell digital products with zero inventory, zero shipping, and near zero setup time. You upload the file once, you write a product description once, and the platform does the selling for you around the clock to people you have never met and will never have to talk to. But here's what separates the templates that sell from the ones that just sit there collecting digital dust. The listing, specifically, the title and the description. And yes, you are going to use Claude for this too. You give Claude your template name, your target buyer, and the core problem it solves, and you ask it to write a product listing that speaks directly to that buyer's pain. That makes them feel understood. That makes the template feel like an obvious, easy purchase. Claude will give you something that reads like it was written by a professional copywriter. Because in a sense, it was. Most people upload a template with a bland title and a 2-sentence description. You are going to upload yours with a sharp, specific title and a description that does the selling for you. That difference alone can be the difference between zero sales and consistent daily income. Now, let me give you a real picture of what this looks like in practice. Someone using this exact system, no design background, no audience, no prior online income, starts by picking one niche. Let's say freelancers who struggle with client management. They spend 30 minutes on Reddit, find the real frustrations people are having, and land on one specific problem: keeping track of client communication, deliverables, and invoices all in one place. They open Claude, describe the problem in detail, get a full template blueprint, build it inside Notion in about an hour, ask Claude to write the listing, upload it to Gumroad for $25. Within the first 2 weeks, 4 sales, $100 from a file that took roughly 90 minutes to create. Then they build a second template, then a third. Each one gets faster because the process is now clear. The library grows, the income compounds, the effort stays the same. That is not a fantasy. That is a repeatable system, and you now know exactly how it works. So here is your action plan. Simple, direct, no excuses. This week, spend 30 minutes finding one real problem in a niche you find interesting. Open Claude and describe that problem like a story. Ask it to build a template structure for you. Follow the blueprint inside Notion. Ask Claude to write your listing. Upload it to Gumroad. And share that link somewhere your target audience already exists. A Reddit post, a Facebook group, a forum, just once. You are not trying to go viral. You are testing the system, and once you see it work, even once, you will understand why people who discover this early keep going. The window for this kind of opportunity does not stay open forever. More people are learning about Notion every single day. The market is growing, but so is the competition. The people building their library now, while it is still early, are the ones who will have a serious head start a year from now. You have the system, you have the tool. The only thing left is to actually start. And if you want to go even deeper, if you want to see how people are using Claude to build entire digital product businesses, not just Notion templates, the next video is going to show you exactly that. It is sitting right there, waiting for you. Go watch it now.